Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Crimson Podcast. My name is Charlie Quinn, joined by Ben Balian, and today we're going to be interviewing some of our wonderful actresses from The Wizard of Oz, playing this weekend at the BHS PAC. Those dates are 3/6, 3/7, and 3/8. So welcome to podcast, Alexis Szydlowski and Julia Schmidt.
Thank you
Thanks for having us.
So why don't you guys tell us about your roles this year?
Well, I've been performing since I was a freshman, and this year I'm playing Dorothy Gale in The Wizard of Oz.
I've also been performing at BHS since I was a freshman, and I'm playing the Wicked Witch.
Can you guys just take us through what the process has been like gearing up for the final musical of your guys' BHS acting careers?
Okay, I'll take this one. So it's been a lot of fun. I feel like it's been a bit of a wild ride since our freshman year. We have lots of like staff changes, lots of characters go in and out, but we all have just like a lot of heart, and I feel like this year it's all coming together with everyone that's been in the musicals for so long. Like a lot of our leads have been leads in past shows, so I feel like we all have really good like footing under ourselves, and we're ready to just kind of do our very best for this show.
I would say like the community is basically one thing that really groups us together. And again, like Julia said, like all the cast or like crew changes and like staff changes, it's been like a bumpy ride, especially this year. We've kind of fallen behind a lot, but we're all like still coming together, and we're going to make it the best one yet.
Yeah.
Nice. So you guys, a musical takes a lot of preparation, right? You start before winter break, and obviously it's now practically the spring. So like, how is it structured? How are your rehearsals structured? Like starting from auditions up until now?
So at auditions, we usually have 2 days. We have one day where everybody comes, and then a day for callbacks, which they ask you to read and sing for a certain character. And then after that, the cast list comes out, and then you come back from winter break, and rehearsals start, which are usually from 3 to 6 every day. And it's either with Miss P, which is dancing, Mr. T, our director, which is acting and blocking, or Mr. Lapine singing. And based on the weekdays is when we have those, and it's usually a mix of all three throughout the week.
Nice. Yeah.
So how does approaching a more classical and timely musical like The Wizard of Oz compare against last year's, a more modern musical in Legally Blonde, which the younger audience might be more accustomed to, but this one it's a little bit more classic?
I feel like there's a bit of more pressure because people know what they're going to expect. I feel like a lot of people know Legally Blonde, but everyone knows The Wizard of Oz. And so if you don't kind of fit the archetype of what people want you or think you should be, it's a little bit more stressful. But it also is a little bit more fun because people know what they're getting into. And yeah, I think it's a lot of fun doing a story that kind of everyone knows what's going to happen. So you just get to have fun instead of worrying about like conveying the plot, I guess.
Yeah, I will say with Legally Blonde, it was geared more towards a teenage audience because all like teen girls love Legally Blonde, Elle Woods and stuff. But this year, I feel like The Wizard of Oz, like everyone loves The Wizard of Oz. It's like a timepiece, and like it's never going to get old. So it's nice to see that like even like our teachers, like Mr. Lapine always says that it's so nostalgic for him to watch it because he like loves it so much and he's grown up with it.
Yeah, and we're able to reach a larger audience. Like we have younger kids in our show this year too. So not only are they able to, like younger kids are able to see it, but younger kids are able to be a part of it as the Munchkins and the Monkeys this year.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So part of that being a timely musical means like your characters, like, compared to Legally Blonde, like those are characters, you could see, walking on the street. But like, the characters in The Wizard of Oz, they're not real, right? They're, kind of this fantasy world. But it's also Kansas, right? So how do you guys approach getting into these roles that might not, be so familiar to everyone?
Okay, so I'm the witch, so that's definitely a bit of a change. Like I'm fully painted green and stuff like that. It was a little bit hard to get into character, but I feel like now that we have our costumes and stuff, it's a lot easier to just kind of settle in because I really feel like I'm in it rather than just kind of pretending. I don't know. So I feel like the costumes and sets and things really help with that. And yeah, kind of what I do is like a lot of my entrances come from the side, like wing. And before I go, I just kind of like get a little bit into like a headspace of like the witch and kind of being like evil and things like that.
For me, like Dorothy isn't really like this crazy character like the Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion, Witch, but she's like this little girl. So I usually channel like my like childish energy and like portray that as like I'm having like so much fun when I meet all these characters because she's like the most normal one out of the whole crew. So yeah, that's usually how I get into character.
And then outside of actually putting on the show, what is your favorite part about being in the BHS Performing Arts program?
Definitely my friends that I've made from it. We, on Saturdays after the show, we always go to the diner, and it's like the most fun thing ever. Like, we all just like after the show, we celebrate, we go to the diner, even like the cast party. Like, the friends I've made from being in theater are like friends that I'll have till like I'm literally like old and decrepit.
Yeah, I feel like as underclassmen, you get to become friends with a lot of older classmen, upperclassmen, and then as upperclassmen, you get to connect with underclassmen that you wouldn't really meet. And I
Yeah.
think that's something that's really special about it. I know that I've met a lot of my really good friends only through the musical that I wouldn't have met. And yeah, like Alexis said, like even though rehearsal's ending, like sometimes we'll go to each other's houses, we'll go out to eat afterwards. Like we really are a family, and like through thick and thin, like the ups and downs, because there are ups and downs, we're all kind of there for each other, and I think that's really the best part.
And I feel like even if we like get mad at each other, like we know that it's not that serious, and we all just like love each other, and you can like tell anytime we're like together, and I think that's like really special.
Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be this awesome sense of community that the theater program brings. So how does that kind of contribute to the impact you guys want to leave on the theater program?
Okay. So as a freshman, we came in with it was the first time a new director was coming in. So I feel like we've kind of seen this new
Era
kind of take form, and I feel like we want to leave that with the people, and like we've kind of seen it grow, and we want to leave what we've kind of sowed like for the underclassmen, and we've put a lot of time and effort into the shows, and we do a lot even behind the scenes, and I feel like we want to keep that energy and mindset going to the underclassmen because it's important. And I also think we want to encourage, again, like the community and family thing, because that's really the most important thing that I've taken away from it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would encourage the community and keep that going throughout the years, because I know that I wouldn't have been able to make half the friends I have without this program. So I would want to keep that going, especially as like freshmen next year come that don't know us. Like I hope that the seniors take our spots and like form that community with them.
Yeah, and then one of the last questions we have for you guys, what advice would you give to a younger student just coming up to high school as they prepare to embark on their performing career?
I would say just be yourself and put yourself out there, and there's nothing more that you can do to help yourself succeed than just be truly, honestly, like who you are.
Yeah, I would say just do it. I feel like a lot of kids are scared to do the musical. They think it's weird or they're scared to audition, but anyone that has tried it has loved it and stayed. There's very few people that like do it and leave.
Yeah.
Like last year with Legally Blonde, we had so many new people try out, and so many of those people stayed because they loved it so much. And it's people that had never done a musical before, but they just had so much fun, and really the people are what made them stay. So yeah, just try it out. If you don't like it, no one's gonna force you to do it, but you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and then our last question for you guys is, what do you think you'll miss most about BHS Theater?
I think like even though the rehearsals are so long, like just like being at school from 3 to 6 with like everyone and like the people, like we keep saying that the community is like the best part, but like truly it is. And I think that's what I'm gonna miss most. Like I'm not gonna see these people on a day-to-day basis anymore, and that makes me like really sad.
Yeah, I mean, we usually complain about rehearsals while they're happening, but at the end of the process, we always look back and are like, it's so much fun. And there's a lot of people that you don't always see throughout the year, but during the musical, like I call them like my musical friends, like I'll see them every day. And like we usually film vlogs, and last year we find ourselves like going back to the vlogs from rehearsal, because even though we complained about it at the time, we just go back and like, wow, it was so much fun just being with everyone all the time, and it's something we really take for granted. So
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the Crimson Rapid Fire section. Number 1, what's your favorite food?
mac and cheese.
Fries.
What's your favorite hobby?
Watching TV. Or reading.
Watching TikTok. Is that a hobby?
What's your favorite thing to do outside of school?
Hanging out with friends.
Perform, I guess.
Well, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
Read people's minds.
What's your favorite musical of all time?
Newsies.
Ragtime.
Your favorite subject in school?
Psych. I don't know if that's a subject, but it's my favorite class.
counts.
Psych.
Yeah.
We love you, Mr. Cameron. Shout out.
Yeah.
Favorite movie or TV show?
Tell Me Lies.
Shameless.
Dream musical to perform in.
Newsies.
If you could eat, oh sorry, too rapid fire.
I guess I'll say Ragtime too.
All right, if you could eat dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Don't copy me.
No, but that was a good one.
And then last one, a pre-show ritual.
Oh, cast prayer.
Oh, cast prayer. Yeah.
Do you want us to elaborate?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let that one simmer.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Crimson Podcast. Thank you to our wonderful guests, Alexis Szydlowski and Julia Schmidt. Be sure to go see The Wizard of Oz this weekend, 3/6 through 3/8 at the BHS PAC. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Charlie Quinn, joined by Ben Balian, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.